Hi guys! So today I'm doing a forecast for the sign of Cancer. I've already shuffled the cards and dealt them face down, so we're going to flip them over together. I haven't looked at them. We're going to figure out what's going on with you, what's in store for the next week or two. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first card position is going to be the position of the back, okay, which is recent events, stuff that's at your back. So it can also be current events. All right, so the cards I have here are the two, the Oracle. This is an Oracle card. The Oracle card, the number 2, and a tarot card of the, let me just double check that. Just want to make sure. The 8 of Swords. This is like really being stuck, a little bit suffocated, but more stuck with regards to like a person. If this is like a romantic relationship, like a partnership, it's definitely feeling like we've reached like a roadblock. That's the word, a roadblock. Where like there's just something that's insurpassable here, something that we that we can't get past, something that like an issue, or maybe this is just the state of the relationship, like it's not moving forward because we can't see a way to move forward. We can't advance forward any further for some reason. Let's keep going because I'm going to figure out a little bit more as I go. So the second position is going to be the position of the head, which is what you're thinking, what's on your mind, your strategies right now, Cancer. So what I have for you is the Queen of Cups with Jupiter. Wow. Yeah. So like I was saying before about a standstill, the Queen of Cups is like very like standstill energy where you're sitting and thinking and contemplating. And it's just like you're sitting with something for a while. You're sitting and you're marinating with something in your mind. That's the Queen of Cups. With Jupiter, this is like a specific thing. I think this is about the relationship. The problem, not I wouldn't even say problem. It's like just the impasse that we've reached with regards to this relationship or this partnership. This could also just be a partnership. Like if this is business, this would be like not being able to agree on something, like reaching an impasse on this like business partnership. It doesn't have to be romantic, but I don't know. Usually I think it's more common for it to be a romantic situation with the 2 here. Yeah, so this is definitely on our mind with Jupiter. This specific thing, Jupiter just expands. So this is like, we're thinking about this a lot, basically. That's what Jupiter tells me. The next position is going to be the position of the heart, which is going to tell me what you're feeling, Cancer. And really what you're feeling about this circumstance, right? Because we're talking about the current moment and this situation here too. So, wow. King of Swords with Capricorn. Jesus. Whoa, you're like checked out. You're like, this is like don't care energy, but like a little bit checked out. Resigned. That's what I'm looking for. You feel resigned, because this is like a long-term thing. Oh, let me hold these up so you can keep looking at them. And Capricorn telling me this is like a long-term thing. This is like a long road. If this is a relationship, this is a long-term relationship, or this is like been ongoing. This is like something that is just long-term, enduring, right? Enduring with Capricorn. It's not something that just like popped up out of nowhere and then is potentially going to be resolved quickly either. It's like this is a long-term issue or situation. But the King of Swords is very cold. We're resigned to it, even though it's on our mind. Let's keep going. I am going to go back to each of these positions and clarify them at the end, so stay with me. Then I'm going to do some advice for you guys. So the next position is the position of the hand. And the hand tells me what you guys are dealing with, who you're dealing with, what situations are currently happening that you're engaging in. All right, so I have the Oracle card, the Tower, the right side. So the Oracle card, the Tower, is not like the Tarot card, the Tower. It's actually a good card. I'll explain that in a second. And then I have with that the 8 of Cups. So really? Well, it could be that this is because the 8 of Cups is walking away from something, you know? It's like, or it's leaving, it's moving on. It could be that we're walking away from a relationship here because there was just an impasse, something we couldn't get past. And we know it's for the greater good, probably for everyone, right? The Tower here has to do with really having like insight and like wisdom, seeing things clearly from like that upper, having that upper perspective where you can like see things from a high above, right? With that, it's like knowing that leaving is the right thing to do. And we're pretty resigned. We're pretty resigned here. Wow. I didn't think this is where this was going, because like this stuck situation here kind of felt like we were in a situation that wasn't going anywhere, but seems like there's movement, but movement away. I'm gonna have to clarify these because this is a little bit confusing to me. It's like, I think maybe this is we're in a transitional state where this is the past energy and we're trying to like move forward, this is the present, more present future energy. All right. The last position is future energy. It's where we're going in the short-term future. It's the position of the foot. So short-term future, the path that all our actions are going to lead us to. So basically these actions, what that's going to lead us to. And we have here, ooh, what the heck? We have justice with the knot. Ugh, what's happening? This is definitely, this is coming to an agreement. This is reaching that agreement that I think we couldn't reach before. This really feels like it's like finally agreeing that things need to, well, if we need to move on from something, that things need to move on, or just coming to an agreement between two parties that we couldn't come to an agreement before. Whether, and I think that does involve like one person going in a different direction from another. This could be business. All right, I'm gonna have to clarify these because there's a little bit of like a dichotomy here, right? So let's go back and look at the very first card so I can understand a little bit more about why we're so stuck, why we're so blocked here, and why there's such an impasse between an agreement with this person or any kind of, why we can't be on the same page with this person. Tell me with the 8 of Swords with the 2 here for my Cancer signs. Tell me with the 8 of Swords. Tell me with the 8 of Swords with the 2. My Cancer signs. Oh, there we go. Oh, what I say about an agreement, it's like there's something very specific that we can't agree on. I think both parties want something very specific. Each party knows what they want. I'm gonna peek in these cards because the story kind of continues as I dig. So as I look through, I have the sword, the skull, and the 8. Wow. Yeah, this is like talking about, it's like, with the sword and the skull, it's like, how are we going to dissolve this? How are we going to make the changes? While still, the 8 is like, while still maintaining a sense of stability and boundaries here. There's definitely, it feels like a juggling, like, it's like something has to go, and we have to agree on that. Or something needs to be let go of, and we have to agree on that. It may not be the full scale of the relationship, right? Something in this relationship needs to be let go of, or something in this partnership, because there's been a lack of agreement on this thing. Now we have, and the problem is that we cannot agree on how to make these changes while still maintaining like healthy boundaries in some way here. The bottom, I have the City. This could be business. This could be business. Let's keep going. So I want to do clarifiers for each of the positions, okay? I don't need to look at this. The position of the head is just telling me that this has been on your mind a lot. That it's been not just on your mind, but it's been something you've been sitting on. And I don't need to do the hard either. I just want to look at this. So the position of the hand, which is like, what's happening? Like, what is getting let go of? What do we know that we need to move away from? What aspect of this relationship, or maybe the relationship in its entirety, right? Or this bond with this person in its entirety But I don't think so, because there's definitely, with the 8 there, it's more like maintaining what we have while still making those changes. That's the vibe I'm getting here. The bread. Each person getting what they need. Or, you know, perhaps it's you, Cancer, you getting what you need. The bread is what you need, and in the position of the head, it's like, we need to be able to go out and get what we need outside of this relationship. Maybe that means, you know, being allowed to having an open relationship, or maybe this means taking, allowing for, I don't know. Maybe this means introducing another person. I have no idea. This could be a lot of things, but this is like a person getting their needs met and having to move away from this impasse, right? And having to, you know, sort of leave something behind, or leave an aspect of a relationship behind to do so. I'm gonna peek because I have to know more. So the story, like I said, keeps going. So I've got the Queen, Virgo, and Aquarius. That's what's next. So somebody here really knows that they deserve to be given more attention. They deserve to be taken care of more. They just deserve more. And this really feels like feminine energy, whether you're a male or female. It's like they deserve to be pampered, like looked at, given attention to, and just they deserve more. And I say deserve because Aquarius. Aquarius is like what is really right for everyone. And that's the position of the hand here. It's like, how do we go about, how does this person go about, you know, getting this attention? And it requires moving away from someone else. On some level, it does. Let's look at this position, and then I'm going to do advice for you guys. So the position of the foot, Justice, and the knot here is talking about finally reaching that agreement, finally coming to terms. Like, what are we going to agree on? What's our status? You know, what can we both live with, right? This is just cooperation. What can we both live with? And then the one pops out upside down. It's like, what can we live with, right? It's not exactly what we wanted. That's kind of like, what is a compromise? This is a compromise, for sure. This is working together. On the bottom, I have the 3. So this is reaching compromise that works for both parties. I'm going to peek. The next 3 cards, Aries, the City, and this is the Road. So, like I was saying before about introducing like other people, or introducing, like having to move away from this person to introduce something or someone else where this person can feel like they're given rightful attention. I think this, yeah, so they can get what they need from someone else. That's demonstrated here. And that's them going out to get it with the Road. This is like going out to the city, right? The city, the road, like literally taking the road into the city. And Aries here is just for that passion, for yourself. Aries is the self. And that's like the direction that we're going with this. That was a lot. Let me pick this up and we're going to do advice for you guys. Seems like you guys are juggling like a situation. You're like on the fence. That's not the right way to put it. You guys are just in a transitional point where it just requires finesse and like diplomacy. That's the idea I'm getting. Can I get some advice from my Cancers? So we're gonna ask like what they should be doing. What should my Cancers be doing? What's good advice? Positive, like helpful advice. Okay, I have 2 cards. Wow, that's a pretty clear message. The Empress, excuse me, with Temperance. So the Empress with Temperance here is literally just taking care of your physical body, yourself, focusing on yourself. So I feel like in amidst all that stuff that we're talking about, where you're dealing with another person and there's all this stuff with another person and you need to get attention and you feel like you're not getting what you need, etc. It's like, this is give attention to yourself. and maybe what you need, you can give your own attention to yourself, and that kind of will satisfy a little bit of that need, right? And this is also just self-care. This is also like a day at the spa. This is like beauty treatment. This is all of that. This is self-care and pampering on like a physical level, on not just a physical level, but on all levels. It's like really taking care of yourself completely. Let's do an oracle card. Tell me about the Empress. Tell me about the Empress. Actually, tell me about these two cards together. Tell me about the Empress with Temperance. For my Cancer signs, tell me about the Empress with Temperance. This isn't like rushing either. This is like ongoing self-care, right? This isn't like going on like a diet. This is like really having, like on a day-to-day basis, like making sure to check in with yourself that you're good. Tell me about the Empress. The Empress with Temperance. The Empress. Tell me about the Empress with Temperance here for my, oh, there we go. Wow. So the bed upside down, I feel like you have been inactive too long. You've been too passive about getting the things you need. Probably because of this other person that you felt like maybe you couldn't wiggle around, or you would have had to like work something out with them, right? You would have had to come to some agreement. And so you hadn't acted. You were inactive in the past. The bed upside down, you were like asleep in a coma. On the bottom, I have again the bread, which is what you need. So we haven't been going after what we need. And I'm going to keep going, and then we're going to call it. So the next three cards, Jupiter, Cancer, and the Wall. So yeah, it's like referring back to Empress and Temperance, like that self-care, right? So Cancer in the Wall are very protective. We have a hard-shelled critter. Cancer is all about protection, but not just physical protection, also like emotional protection. Also, so we have a lot of protection here. It's like self-care and protection. Self-care and protection. Also nurturing with Cancer here. It's like nurture yourself. That's what I'm getting here. Nurture yourself. And I think that you probably have been not doing that as much as you could have been doing because of this other person. Some parts of nurturing yourself were prohibited. We'll just say that. Or you weren't able to do completely. So there you go. I hope that helps you guys, Cancer. And I hope you got some insights out of that. If you did, don't forget to press the like button for me. That really helps me out. And I'll see you in a week or two. And I wish you the best till then. Take care.